Mr. Nikhil Day will propose a vote of thanks briefly. Please bear with us.
Very brief. Just the time that all of you have spent for this extraordinary evening. Because I think Mr. Shankaran, even so many years later, exudes that, would use the term, the fragrance that Mr. Shankaran has, lives on to that extent that everyone, really each one, I think there must be in this room many, many more stories apart from the ones that we have also heard. Some stories that people directly know, stories that people have heard from others, some versions of these stories that people have heard. And I think that collection, that one researcher should really be encouraged, and many more should come, so that we can, whatever we've heard today, have more of that in written form, have more of that through memorial lectures, have more of that. I have heard many memorial lectures, but I think today's evening was so touching to both the person and the thoughts and what that person represented. That combination is very, very rare. They're very wonderful people, but these extraordinary combination of thoughts that come together, and each one of you really, so firstly for the people who sat, really great thank you to ourselves for being here, but in such sincerity. Vasanta ji representing an entire family, because we've heard the whole family over and over again, and a family beyond a family, I think, as well. Of course, Professor Hargopal, wonderful set of things. I think the most difficult part, perhaps the biggest project of, if you call it a project, mission of his life, and the most difficult one, so beautifully brought out. Brought out also that there never is a choice except to try and talk. And for whatever it does something. And that term itself of your report, In Search of Democratic Space, it's what we will always search for, no matter what. So thank you for that. Jeevan Garu is way beyond logistics, clearly, but all of us connect with Mr. Shankaran and the three organizations who carry, I mean, I'm also a part of them, but thank you to everyone in Hyderabad. It's wonderful to come here to talk about Mr. Shankaran. In these recordings, I think will last in many ways and go much further. Because it's very special to be here with very close and special people who loved Mr. Shankaran, respected Mr. Shankaran, and have learnt and have a bit of Mr. Shankaran in them. So thank you very, very much to everyone. So as they go down, if we can just give it to them. Yeah. So as everyone's going to go, I do not want to take more time, but I want to say that there is a campaign going on. There's on killing the RTI, something Mr. Shankaran was very close to when we came to Telangana. I just want to mention it, whoever feels like listening, because I don't want to take extra time. But there's a law that's come that has amended the RTI in a terrible way, and it is going to make the using of information in any way at all very, very difficult. So where you all have left your names and registration, we will send a note to you. Please do have a look at that note. We will try and make sure that the note also goes in Telugu to anyone who's left their name or WhatsApp number or email ID, and please do leave it on your way out. And it is really not just the end of RTI, but it's a very difficult thing for all journalists, for all anti-corruption activists, for all people who work in public interest, because of the way that the RTI has been amended, where after this, you will not be able to use or ask for the name of any person or any identification with a person. And you cannot do that even in public domain in terms of journalism or anything else. So we'll send that note to you.